Hi and welcome to the channel, and today we just thought we'd give you an update on where we're at with our Crusades project. But before we get into that, it dawned on me this morning that we hadn't done a project update for 2024. I've been watching all your videos and that and seeing what plans you have for 2024, and it realised I thought, well, we've got a list wrote down and I normally do a video and that. So what I thought I'd do first of all is show you our project list that we have here at Battle Bunker HQ, our plans and that for 2024. So I'll put it up on screen now and we'll take a look. So first up then we have the continuation of our Crusades project that we've been working on, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. And we're also going to be adding in some 40k units for a narrative campaign that we plan on doing using the Grimdark Future from One Page Rules. So that's January through to March. April, that sees us to paint up some dismounted crews for our LRDG vehicles. Remember the last video we shown you the vehicles we've done through Early War Miniatures? Well, we've got some dismounted figures for those. Already got them here ready to go, and we've also got the Aqua Corps to go against them. We possibly will do some Italians as well at a later stage. May through to July, well, that is a mystery project. Can't really say too much more on that at the moment because Jamie and I are still sort of discussing in the background and that how we want the project to go and what we want from it. Until we finalise the ideas and that, we'll let you know in due course. August through to September is Warmaster Revolution. We have three armies here. I've got a High Elf army, Jamie's got a Chaos army, and Mel has a Bretonnian army. We love the look of it and that, and we really want to play some really big battles and that on the table. And we think that Warmaster Revolution, that especially using the Forest Dragon miniatures, 10mm miniatures and that resin prints, they are really cool. Look forward to them. October to November is a 28mm Custer project. Now, as a kid, very young kid, I remember a Ladybird book I had, which was on the Battle of Little Bighorn and that, and the imagery and the description that went with it and everything captured my imagination and that at an early age. And as I said, I've always wanted to portray something like this on the tabletop. The miniatures we'll be using will be Wargames Foundry because, again, I love those miniatures. I think they're really cool. A bit expensive, yes, I know, but I do think they're really cool. I'm currently in the process of writing up a set of rules to be able to play this game, and it will hopefully come part of one of our Christmas games. And that leaves December. The December, we sort of plan on doing 3 games at Christmas this year. So during the Christmas week, and that be sort of 3 games going on. We did 6 last year. This time we're going to do 3 because they're all going to be part of projects that we're doing throughout the year. So trying to sort of give us some time in that to be able to fit those games in. One of the games that we plan on doing is part of the mystery project. So Jamie and I are sort of discussing again the feasibility of getting the project painted up this year, ready for a Christmas game and that. So more on that nearer the time. So that might change. That's actually subject to change. One of the other games we're playing at Christmas, and that is a large Warmaster Revolution game. 3 of the armies will already be painted up, but December leaves us a chance to be able to paint up a 4th army. So let's say 4-player game, really big game of Warmaster Revolution. The third game, is going to be a 28mm Custer game. So again, part of the project is painting all of that up and that, and me continuing writing the rules for those. Well, that's our projects we're going to be doing for this year, 2024. So moving on to our Crusades project, you will see on the screen now from the last update that we'd done, we'd finished off a unit of light spearmen, a unit of archers, a unit of crossbowmen, and also a small skirmisher unit. But on the bench now at the moment, before we get into the other units that we've painted up, we have a warrior priest. Now this one was done last night, all painted up and based up. The base of material we'll be using throughout the whole army will be Sandy Desert by AK Interactive. So we really like that, and that's what's on this miniature here. That's just straight onto the base, and what we'll probably do is put a very thin down wash all over it and then dry brush it up and add some tufts and that to it. So again, it will sort of bring it up, bring some depth into it as well. But again, really nice miniature, this one. The period that we've chose, which is just after the first Crusade, we think this character and that would certainly fit the bill as this sort of warrior going around, charging around, leading some units and that into action. So yeah, really nice. And the other things that we've got on the go are the 2 main generals for the force. Now the army size is around 48-50 points, so double your normal Lion Rampant size, and we thought we'd put 2 leaders in, one for the Hospitallers and one for the Templars. But you'll notice that they're on dual bases. Now obviously in Lion Rampant, your leader figure for your army replaces one of the figures in your units, but we didn't want to do that. We want to add two. We think it looks a bit more characterful, and it also allows us to play other sets of rules like Soldiers of God, which we're interested in playing, and also Hail Caesar if we wanted to. So this is the Hospitaller leader. Again, all these just have some base coats and some of them are wash on, so just getting some colour down on them at the moment. They don't look nothing at the moment, but they will do. Again, the horses just had been airbrushed and then washed over with a, with an agrax, just to sort of bring them in a little bit, show some definition. Again, airbrushed and then washed. So again, no highlights on these at all yet. So a bit more work to do on all of these. So again, like I said, base brown, wash, and then it'll be sort of airbrushed on it, airbrushes and highlights again on top of those. And again, the figures are just, as I said, this is going to be the Templar leader, but it will be, they just need to be sort of getting them up together and put them into the army. So next up then we have the Hospitaller contingent of our Crusader force. Again, these are really nice miniatures, all Gripping Beast metal miniatures, as is all of our Crusader army. The Saracen Islamic forces that we'll be doing are a mixture of both plastic and metal miniatures, but we'll come on to that when we get to those videos. So in front of us then we have a unit of foot sergeants. Behind them and to their right is a unit of mounted sergeants, and next to those is a unit of mounted knights. Great miniatures, very, very easy to paint, I will say that. They paint that really, really simply. All the miniatures we used painted with tooth-in coats and Vallejo miniatures, and washes were agrax and some known oils, and that obviously from GW. Colours and that we've chosen for the period that we've chosen. This is right at the early stages of their formation, so you're looking at around the 1120s, 1130s. Well, from what I've read, and I'm by no means a rivet counter on any of this, I just do it because I like the look of it or whatever. It does seem to be that the sergeants and that of both orders, Templars and the Hospitallers, wore very similar sort of colours and that in their dress. So again, very interesting. Really, really cool. Nice miniatures. All the shield transfers on and banners are from Little Big Men Studios. You might see a little bit of a sheen on the shield transfers. That's because again the miniatures need their final matte varnish down, so I haven't done that yet. We've obviously done the base, started doing the base in. We've dry brushed up the base in, washed it and dry brushed it up, and then obviously we will then varnish it and then put the tufts and that on them. So just to give you an idea of why there's a bit of a shine on them after the light catching it. Yeah, really, really easy to paint, straightforward. And I think en masse on the table, they're going to look really, really nice. So let's get one of these out in a minute. There's one of the mounted sergeants. Again, the horses, airbrushed, base coats on them first. A couple of then highlights on them, then washed down, and then re-highlighted back up to bring the details and that on the horses and show off some of the muscle tone. Again, some mounted sergeant there. Banner Little Big Men Studios, as I said. As I said, really, really nice miniatures to put together and paint. Let's pop in there a minute. There we go. In there. Let's grab another one. Again, sort of done all the horses all together. They were all done at the same time. Help make sort of that batch painting a little bit easier. Don't know about you guys, but I think horses is. I think none of us likes painting horses and that, you know. There we go, let's get another one just to sort of show you. Again, really nice miniatures. Really cool. Some of the ideas and techniques and that we've sort of used on these, we've got from our good friend is Jacksarge, the YouTube channel. So John Sargison, he's really, really cool. I love the way he does some of his washes and his paint and that. So again, we sort of we like what he does there, so we sort of copied some of his ideas and take some tips from him. So very, really interesting. So if you haven't checked out his channel, go and check him out. It's really, really cool. Always a laugh as well, John. He sort of like always comes up with something and gives a bit of a backstory behind things and that. Always fun listening to him. So yeah, really cool, nice. These are all the knights. So in, say, Lion Rampant and that, they're in units of 6 for the knights and the sergeants and that. But which makes it easy. If I want to play Soldiers of God, I just get 3 Sabbath trays for them, and that's it. And they're obviously on units of 3 bases. So really cool. And again, same for the the dismounted sergeants. I would get 3 bases of 4, or I can put them as 3 figures on a base. It gives me 4 bases, so it makes it a bigger unit for playing Soldiers of God. So yeah, really nice. That's the Hospitaller contingent. And finally then we have the Templar contingent of the Crusader army. Again, very similar to how the Hospitallers are, but what I wanted to do with this particular contingent is show the armour and equipment changing through the period of the Crusades that we've chosen. So again, sort of what you have is mainly our armies built around what's left over of the First Crusade. So because we've done the gap between the First Crusade and the Second Crusade, there is some differences in how the armour and that looks. And again, the unit at the back on the right there, which is, I think it's the Poor Knights from Gripping Beast, sort of reflects that change. So you're seeing a transition of change of armour, different armour and equipment as that time evolves on, and more people are coming from Europe, going out on crusade and going into the area. So that's the reason why I've done these a little bit different. So in front of you then we've got a unit of foot sergeants, very similarly again to how the Hospitallers are. Over the back there, like I said, it's 2 units of knights, again showing you the differences in that of the early order and then later on in the period that we've chosen. So let's go on to have a look at some of the, again, painted very similarly to how the Hospitaller sergeants are. And this was one of the things in this, once they started to rise as a military form, the crosses and that you see in that on their surcoats and that, and even the shields, didn't become standardised till much later on. But we all, as wargamers, like I said, I'm not a rivet counter or anything like that, but we as wargamers, we love to see it all on the miniatures and that, so that's why we've used them on there. But the actual dress, the surcoats and the black mantles and things, they were very similar to how the Hospitaller sergeants were. So later on in the period, they decided that as they were starting to become bigger, be more popular, you know, the ranks were filling out more, they decided that they needed some form of identification with their sergeant. So the Templars decided that they would have their surcoats, instead of being this sort of beige, linen-y colour, they would go black. So they're black mantle, black surcoat. So that's why you see them with black on. But that's more the later part. So again, I want to sort of represent this early 1120s all the way up. Like I said, I'm not a rivet counter. To me, this looks fine to me. It looks quite cool. I like it, and it keeps the painting palette easy as well, because that's what it's all about, not swapping paints over, painting up different miniatures, etc. So, but like I said, these are all Little Big Men Studios for the shield transfers and the banners. Let's just get one of these. All Knights down. Have a look at one of these. Again, all the horses, both on the Hospitallers and these, were all painted at the same time, and then picked out the unit and then painted up the riders and that separately. So again, really nice. It's always difficult to get a differentiation between the sort of linen colours, the whites and the creams, because like you say, when they're on campaign and that, they're not white, they're going to be dirty. But a good series on I think it's on Netflix now, and that was Nightfall. Don't know if any of you have seen that. Nightfall was really cool. I enjoyed that. Bit of historical fact, a bit of Hollywood in there, etc. But you know, again, still interesting to watch. It's obviously a lot later than the period that I've chosen. Obviously, it's after the fall of Acre and that. But yeah, no, still good to watch. Shame they didn't make the 3rd season, really, because I think it did warrant it, and I thought it was popular, really, but for whatever reason they didn't make it. But again, these are nice. Again, showing that transition, as I said earlier, of the armour changing, of different sort of knights coming from Europe into the area, as I said, joining up obviously with the Templars, and again the normal sort of knights of the area, really. Again, some really interesting ones. Yeah. What I will do, once all the army's complete, I will do a complete army showcase. Don't know about you guys, but when you're following some projects and that, you get a bit disjointed of what's been done, what's not been done. And sometimes a showcase sort of helps bring all of that together. As I say, I've got a shine on these. These need varnishing down. That'll all get done. And that one there. As I said, these, I think these are some older models of Gripping Beast, these ones, but okay. Base tones, washes, and then highlights, etc. Yeah, it's an interesting project. I've been enjoy reading about it. Like I said, I'm just doing this for fun, really. I'm not trying to recreate the nth degree of this, that, and the other. I'm just doing it purely for fun. It's a fun project. It's really nice. I can't wait to get him on the table and have a game with him. I think it's going to be really nice and see him all on the table. So, plan to do game at Easter. Probably we'll do 2 or 3, do like a little mini linked narrative sort of campaign and that with them. So yeah, looking forward to that. There you have it, guys. That is our update for you. Hope you enjoyed seeing the miniatures so far that we've got for this Crusader army and that, both the Hospitallers and the Templars. The leaders will be done soon. This force has been coming together on our Facebook page. So again, if you haven't joined our Facebook page, the link is in the description below. Go along, follow us on Facebook and that, and you'll see more of what we're getting up to, what painting we're doing, what projects we're doing, what games we've done, because we don't always post here on YouTube and that. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please consider subscribing and hit the like button and notification button as well, because again, it all helps the channel, helps us get out there and get seen and that. But until next time, guys, we hope we're all staying safe. We're really enjoying all your projects you're going. As I've said many times before, they are an inspiration. They do help us, and it keeps the juices flowing for what we're doing and that, and it helps with the motivation and that. So until next time, please stay safe and happy wargaming.